Hey Flosstube, so I'm trying my first attempt at ice dyeing with gray, pink, and teal. So maybe I'll show you in the next video what it turned out to look like. Hi
Hello,
Flosstube! I'm Melina.
I'm Connie.
And we're Count Twice, Stitch Once. We're back!
We're back for round 2.
And my bun's crooked. It's driving me crazy. I'm sorry. Okay. So we were nervous last time. We probably still are, but we did forget to introduce ourselves or tell anything about us. So we were thinking maybe we should do that today.
Plus we should say this is October 6th,
7th,
7th,
Sunday. I'm pretty sure it's the 7th because I think it's my husband's birthday. I should know what day it is. But I'm pretty sure that it's the 7th. Okay. So I thought maybe we would just do some of these questions from the Know Your Needleworker tag. I wrote them down since we're recording on my phone. And then if we want to say anything else, we can just talk about whatever introduction.
You'll find out about us as we go along.
So the first question is, where do you live? So we both live in the same area, pretty close to each other, but it's in central Illinois. So I think that's probably enough detail.
Probably.
What do you do for a living?
I'm retired. So
I'm jealous.
Travel around and do a lot of stitching and a lot of nothing.
And I work at a major insurance company doing contact center stuff. It's boring, so that's enough of that. Do you have children?
I have 2. One. The other one, I'm getting ready to leave tomorrow morning to go visit her in North Carolina.
Yep, and I do not have any children currently. Will I? I don't know. We'll see. So, the next one is, do you have any pets? We kind of met my pets last time, at least one of them. I have the little dog, Delilah. She's an old lady. Her birthday is coming up in next week, so she's getting even older. I don't know. I'm worried about her. She's always falling over and she can't see in the dark anymore. And then, my other dog, Faith, is really, really sweet. She's such a sweetheart. She's super lazy, which I think we really like about her. She just wants to hang out all the time, and she's happy as long as you're with her. So we're good with that. And she is, I don't know. We think maybe she's 8 or 9. We rescue both of them, so they both come from not very good paths. But Faith she has really bad allergy issues, so if she does ever make an appearance, I'm just warning you now, she's going to look awful, so don't judge us. We're trying to get her sorted, but nothing is making a dent in her allergy issues. And they've been worse because we were living out in Washington State. We recently moved back to Illinois, and it's worse, way worse here than it was there. So what are your other hobbies? Or did you want to talk about pets? Sorry.
Well, I did have a pet until July. After the 4th of July, we had to put our older kitty cat to sleep. Her name was Tippy, and she got so she couldn't walk and very well, and she wasn't eating anything, and she just wasn't doing very well at all. She was 18, so that was sad.
It was sad.
And I miss her.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is, what are your other hobbies besides stitching?
My other hobbies include beading, which I haven't done any of since I started back into cross stitching so fast and furious. Also scrapbooking, which I have done. I recently finished updating my 4th of July albums, and also finished up a Glacier National Park album from my youngest daughter, because Melina and Alyssa and I all worked on our albums together, but Alyssa didn't finish hers, so she tried, but she couldn't finish it, so I ended up finishing it for her and taking it back to her when we leave tomorrow. And I like to travel, visit all the national parks. Guess you could call that a hobby.
I think so.
It takes a lot of time. Hopefully we're going to get to go see Congaree National Park in South Carolina when we are on this trip, but my husband informed me that another tropical storm was making its way that way, so we shall see.
Okay, my hobbies, I love also making Bucilla, I don't know how you say it, but they have felt applique kits, and so that's kind of where I started stitching. So I have a ton of those. They make stockings, tree skirts. There's some other holidays. Most of them's Christmas, and I made my husband a stocking, and then I made another snowman stocking, which is like the dog stocking. I have one I need to make for both of his parents, both of my parents, me. And then I also have a tree skirt that I'm working on. I have a bunch of ornament kits. So I really like doing that. If you guys are ever interested, I can show some of those things that I finished too. Other than that, I don't really know. I work, so I feel like I don't have that much time to have a lot of other hobbies because I barely have enough time to do any of the ones I already have.
Sure.
I like traveling too. We've always traveled a lot as a family, so I think that was from a young age something that we always did, and I want to continue to do. I don't know. I watch TV, but I also stitch while I'm watching it, so I guess that's it. Yep. Okay, so I don't know that we need to talk about all of these, but do you have a favorite book, movie, TV show, or music that you want to talk about?
I don't really have any favorite TV shows. Both of my children tell me that I watch too much TV, so whatever. I like to watch TV. And I'm usually stitching while I'm watching it, which sometimes bodes well for the stitching and sometimes not. It depends on how close I have to watch it. Movies, I don't really think I have any favorite movies. I like movies, but I don't think I have a favorite. I really like the Outlander books, and those are probably some of my favorite books. Okay. I like to read occasionally.
Yeah. I don't know. Like TV, I can give or take most of it. We watch a lot of shows, but if I miss them, I'm not really that broken up about it. I don't have a favorite movie. I love Harry Potter series for books. Those are classic. And music, I like a lot of music. My husband actually knows how to play the drums. He's been in a couple of bands, no big names or anything, and he's played for his church. Well, not currently, but 2 different churches he did play for. Music, we just went to see Iron and Wine on Friday night. They're one of my favorite groups, so that was cool to go see them. And okay, favorite color. I bet you can't guess.
It didn't really ever used to be my favorite color, but I'm pretty much convinced it probably is now.
And I really like teal, turquoise, any kind of bluish, greenish color like that. Any variety of it, I love it. That's been consistent for a while. Other than that, I'd probably say black because I'm boring, I guess. I don't know. I pick everything black usually. All right. So, I think first, is there anything else you wanted to say to introduce yourself? I mean, I think that's good for now for me.
No, good enough for me.
Now we're going to talk about previous finishes.
Previous finishes.
So
I have a few previous finishes to show you. This is one. This is The Autumn Witch by Snowflower Diaries. This is a frame that I found at an antique store, and I kind of tried to antique it. Didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to, but so I have all of the spring, summer, fall. I still have to work on the winter one because I made one winter one, and it was on fabric that said it was 32 count, but it was really 28 count, so it was too big to fit in this frame. So I was going to give that one to Melina, and then I sprayed water on the fabric trying to press it out, and the fabric bled into the witch and the snowman. So now I had to rip that out and have to redo it. Fun stuff. This bee I made at the beginning of the summer. It's just a Mill Hill bead kit, and I found this flower at our local Jeffrey Allen store and thought it was cute with the bee on it. So I liked that.
I'll hold it while you talk, so then they
This-
can see your face instead of mine.
This one I finished, showed you the witch last week, and then I just put her in a frame and stuck her on some scrapbook paper that I kind of antiqued around the edges and put her in there. I had some different ideas for her, but
But I like her like
I
this.
don't know.
She looks good. You
Still
don't like it?
I'm still debating on that one.
I like it.
And then this is also one of Brooks' books, Witches. It's Wendy the Winter Witch. I finished her on some scrapbook paper. I did a few things different on her. I changed the color to blues of her skirt. Brooke had them in golds and the skates with gold beads, and I did silver, and then I added this little curly ribbon and put snowflakes on the broom and snowflake on the hat, which is actually a scrapbook sticker, but I liked it better than trying to make snowflakes on paper. They just didn't look that good, so I used those stickers. And I like her.
She's cute.
So I have 2 witches on my witch wall. Hopefully I'll get more soon. I plan on working on Annie the Autumn Witch sometime before Thanksgiving, hopefully.
So my previous finish is this. Oh, I should have brought the chart. It's from Heart and Hand. I can't remember the name of it. I'll link the chart in the down part because I know I can't remember what it is. But I made it for my husband for our anniversary this year. It was our first anniversary of being married, but we were dating for like 10 years before we got married. So, but he really liked it. I think he's really cute. He was so touched about it. He's like, "You made that for me? When did you do that?"
She did that when we were in.
Yep. I made it when we were in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. He couldn't go because he had to work, so
She got it done in like 2 days.
yeah.
Just too speedy.
I'll show one of my other. It's not FFO'd because I need put a sign on it. Then Mom's gonna finish it for me because I suck at finishing. She redid that one I made for my husband because it was awful. So
Oh, it was just crooked.
this is a Mirabilia. It's her free chart. I wanted to start getting into Mirabilias, but I decided to start with her because it was free and it seemed like she'd be a little bit more simple. So she's it looks a little bit better from this angle. She's on, I don't even know. This was a remnant fabric I got from our LNS before they closed. But yeah, I'll link the where I got the chart for her from too. I think it's called Leilani something, but I can't remember the name of it. I'm not very good at remembering names. So that's my other previous finish. And then I'll show one more because I want to finish it like FFO it before Halloween, but I was trying to think of what I want to do to it. It's got a specialty fiber on it. Dog hair. This is one of those Bent Creek kits that came with the linen, and it's pearl cotton. It says, "I believe," from Bent Creek.
I believe.
I did this in the car when we were coming home from Wisconsin. I finished it in one day.
Yeah, in like 3 hours.
No, it was more than 3 hours.
Not that long. Jeez. She's too speedy.
Okay, so that's all my previous finishes for right now.
Okay. Finishes.
I finished nothing.
She finished nothing. Are you ready for this? It's a big one. Pshing. I finished this Night Owl by Satsuma Street and just made it into a little ornament. Put felt on the back of it. And that
Felt
I did not finish in 3 hours or one day.
whatever.
Even though it's cute. This one is bigger. This is.
Oh, I can see through
I should
it.
have got that chart too.
You showed it.
Amy Brooken.
Amy Brucken Designs or
Yes,
something like
and
that.
it was Eek was the name of it. And I had to make a little pouch over here. So I put some lights on this wreath. I got the wreath from Michael's. I got this ribbon from Joanne Fabrics, and then I found this broom at Target. because I thought it just needed a broom. And then I had a bunch of stuff I was going to put in there, but the more I looked at it, the more I thought, no, simple's better. It had too much stuff going on.
I'll do some close-up views.
I just liked seeing the cross stitch the best.
Made that bow.
I made the bow. My first experience of making a wire edged ribbon bow.
But it turned out really cute. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I'm going to take that to North Carolina with me and hang it on my daughter's door. Batteries.
Okay, so next we're on to whips. So I continued working on my Christmas rules. I did not get very far because I've been working on it during my lunch at work, which I don't have a ton of time to do. So my string's all over it. So I finished these 2 ornaments and this little part of the next one. That's my progress since you saw it last. Not a whole lot, but hey, every stitch makes a difference.
Every stitch counts.
Oh, I don't know why it has 2 needle minders on it. Okay. And then I've been mainly working on my Nora Corbett Trick or Treat Halloween fairy, not a fairy. So she's been my main whip. She's coming along. I got her feet. Started doing some of the Kreinik in there. And I just really have, in DMC, I have to do the pumpkins and the moon still, and then the rest of it is just the Kreinik and beads, which, yay, I can't wait to bead. I love beading.
So pretty.
So, again, she's on Picture This Plus Cauldron, 32 count.
So pretty.
Those are really my only whips. I have 2 other projects that I have kind of on the go, but I don't really work on them, so they're not really whips right now.
My whips are, I started this National Park Santa. He's the Yellowstone Santa, and I started him on October 1st for the Stitch Mania Stitch Along the Great Outdoors, and that's my progress on him. I'm planning on working on him in the car on the way to North Carolina tomorrow, so hopefully I'll get a lot done.
Looking good, though.
And that was fun. And then my other thing was Halloween Rules, which I had showed last time that I had already started. But this is also a stitch along on the Needleworks Needleworkers Cross Stitch group on Facebook. And I got a little bit more done on that one. I got the pumpkin done, the tree done, some more of the border done, and some tombstones done.
The border.
It's
Making its way.
It's making its way down there. So that, and I do have other whips, but I haven't worked on them. Since I started these stitch alongs, I figured I worked on the Santa one day and Halloween Rules the next day, and then the Santa and then the Halloween Rules, and now I'm just working on the Halloween Rules because I can't do that in the car because I have to have a magnifying glass. There's no way. I'd be throwing up.
So I guess this is kind of a whip. I was in the mood I've been buying some 28 count Monaco every time I go to Michael's. If I don't have anything big I want to use my 40 or 50% off coupon for, I use it to buy fabric for like $2 and something so that I can just experiment with it and not feel bad if I don't like it. So this morning I experimented with ice dyeing, and it's not showing up quite the colors that it actually is.
It's pretty bright.
But it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
I used gray, petal pink, and teal Rit dye to ice dye it with. And I took a clip when I was doing it, so I might insert that at the end. But it's just a little too wild. The color variegation for stitching on for me is too much. I'd really rather it be all dark or all light. And it's like too much from white to really dark. So I think what I might do is just try to add darker in and see what that brings me, because I might be able to use it for something if it's a little more consistently dark or light, because I don't really know what pattern I could put on here that would show up at this point. But it was fun experiment. And I don't feel bad because this fabric was like $2 and something, so oh well.
It's fun.
Yep.
And let's see. Oh, I have some haul, but it's not very much.
And I have no haul.
Don't get excited. It's kind of boring haul. It will take about 5 seconds. I got all of these floss colors from 123 Stitch.
Whee!
So those are going into some.
This is like a bajillion dollars of hand-dyed floss.
That's the Colorworks, Weeks, and Gas. And then I got this fabric, which is 28 count black cashel linen.
What are you stitching on?
This is going to be for that little witch hat pin cushion with the pins. So I didn't have any black fabric, so I got that from 123 Stitch also. So
would have known you were ordering. I would have had you order me some skeins of fun colors. That's okay. I think that's really it for this week. I don't have a whole lot else that I worked on. I've been kind of busy this week, so I didn't have a ton of stitching time. We do have a stitch night that we go to on Thursdays with a group of ladies that live in the same area as us, and they're really nice. But that was about my biggest amount of stitching time I've had since we filmed last time. Right. Because our house, where we recently moved, I say recently, it's been almost a year, but when you move that far across the country, it's like exhausting, and you don't want to unpack all your boxes at the same time, so you just don't. And then there have boxes sitting everywhere forever.
It's getting together.
We're getting there.
We're getting it together.
But I ordered a headboard for our bed because we hadn't had one, so that came. It's just been it's been a crazy weekend with my husband's birthday this weekend, and we had that concert. So hopefully I'll have more progress to show you next time we film.
And I'm leaving to go to North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida if the tropical storm doesn't totally wipe us out. And I will be hopefully filming when I stop at some scrapbooking, some cross-stitching stores, and then I will send Melina the video, and then hopefully she can do another Flosstube without me, but have me be the roving reporter of some cross-stitch stores.
Yeah, and we were thinking maybe we'll try to figure out how to kind of like Skype each other, but like also record it so we can do a Flosstube with both of us at the same time. Right. But like technology sometimes we'll see. We'll see how far we get with that. I can't make any promises.
If not, hopefully I can film my stuff and Lena can stick it in at the end or something, but I will be sending her progress from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida.
So you might not see both of us together until she gets back in mid-November, late November.
The Monday before Thanksgiving.
Okay. So that'll just be me. Or just her. And then we'll stick it together. But I think that's it for today.
Yep, I think that's all. So
I hope everybody had a great stitchy weekend and have a great stitchy week next week. And we'll see you next time.
If you like this video, please like us and subscribe if you want to.
Yeah.
Your
shout outs.
Oh, my shout out. I totally forgot.
Look, she has this huge list she made, so she's not going to be all of you people at this one, but she's ready for next time too.
Okay. Well, number one, I would like to thank Priscilla of the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch, Priscilla and Chelsea, for inspiring me to think outside the box and realizing I don't have to frame everything and I can do other things with it. Otherwise, I would have thought you still had to frame everything. I just don't know why, but it never occurred to me that you didn't. So that's one shout out I would like to have. And some of my favorite floss tubes are from Pretty Southern. I love Linda Jo. She is just so funny. She cracks me up every time. I like watching her. Mm-hmm. I like to watch the Addicted Sisters. I also like to watch Kitten Stitcher Teresa, and we really enjoyed meeting her when we went to the Galleria. Snug Harbor Crafts, Deb and Kev, they crack me up too. Just Keep Stitching, of course, with Pam and Steph. And that's all I'll probably say for now. There's plenty of other ones that I really enjoy, but I'll talk about them some other time.
I'm not going to give any specific shout outs, I guess. I have been having, I haven't been watching anybody's current videos, just be bluntly. I've been watching like old videos people did. So I have like a watch later list that I don't even want to tell you how many videos are on there. So if I ever get to current day, it'll be a miracle. I'm considering just cutting off the old ones and just starting like watching new ones as they come out. But I've watched a couple people's new ones, but not a ton. But I'm enjoying everybody's old content. I have hours of video to keep me busy, so.
That's true. We'll never run out, that's for sure. I can't keep up. But keep making videos, everybody.
Yeah, we love it. We love them.
So anyway, if you want to like us, that's great.
Yep. Like,
and
subscribe.
That would be wonderful.
All the charts we talked about in the down bar because I'm going to work on making sure that since I can't remember charts, I'll do it that way.
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Have a great stitchy week and hope to see you next time. Bye.